Let's talk about a new model. Yes, every week a new model, and this time it's open weight image generation from Krea. It's called Krea 2. As you can see on their official website, Krea has listed these AI models as open weight, with some features and samples of what it can create, like this cowboy text prompt here, where it's able to generate different graphical styles from one model. So it's a very diversified image generation model that can do realism, but also other styles as well. Talking about use cases, they're showing things like architecture images of houses, advertisement materials, and so on. Because the graphic styles are so diversified, you can play around with a lot of image styles. So I did some research on these models. Basically, there are two open weight models that Krea released with Krea 2. The first one is Krea 2 Raw. This Raw is similar to other image models where they have a base model used for LoRA training. Same concept here. The raw open weight models are meant for LoRA training. You can train specific characters, specific graphic styles with this raw model. They have safe tensor files you can run immediately with ComfyUI or other inferencing software, but this one is in BF16. We'll cover some lower quantized precision models later in this video. The second open weight is the Turbo model. They recommend this one for daily image generation because it uses lower sampling steps and faster inferencing. The quality I saw is very similar to the raw model, but the raw model usually takes about 50 steps to generate a good image. With Turbo, you can use 8 steps and get a good image already. They've also recommended a workflow. Use the raw model to train LoRAs, then apply those LoRAs to the Turbo model for fast inference. They've published some trained LoRAs based on Krea 2 on their official Hugging Face repo, so you can try those out. And these LoRAs are compatible with both the raw and Turbo models. Now, for running in ComfyUI, ComfyUI has merged the quantized lower precision versions of these models. For the model weights, you've got raw and Turbo in BF16, plus the Krea 2 Turbo FP8 scaled, and even NVFP4, which is even lower precision. You can run it with a minimum of 8 GB of VRAM with the NVFP4 Krea 2 Turbo model. So in this video, I'm going to try out the Krea 2 Turbo using their recommended settings and play around with different varieties of image generation. One more thing, those LoRA models published in the Krea 2 collection are also available in the ComfyUI repo, configured for ComfyUI running. The text encoder we're using is Qwen3VL4B. Those are the must-have download components to run these models. So as I mentioned, there are two variants. The raw model recommends 52 sampling steps, CFG 3.5, which is really high sampling steps for daily image generation. That's why they focused on optimizing the Krea 2 Turbo, especially for daily use. The Turbo model supports resolutions up to 2K. We can generate a 2K image in a single sampling pass in ComfyUI. This is a 12 billion parameter size model. Not a huge model, but it handles lots of different image styles. I tested a lot of realism images, characters, places, food, and it's able to create pretty nice, well-aesthetic image quality. So once you update ComfyUI, you can see the new features. For me, I just did a git pull from the ComfyUI GitHub repo and then updated the codebase to support Krea 2. Once you've updated, you'll see the indicators in the Python code that show Krea 2 support. Really easy to notice. So let's take a look at the ComfyUI workflow. This is a text-to-image model, so we use the basic text-to-image workflow to get started. You load the diffusion model, the clip loader with Qwen3VL4B, and the Qwen VAE. 3 components to get started. I'm using 720p resolution by default. Now you can try 2K resolution. Let's try it with the 2K resolution and see how it performs. The generation is pretty fast for 8 steps. Quite smooth. Haven't heard the GPU screaming or anything. And as you can see, we got the 2K resolution generated in just one pass. For most of the colorations, it's produced pretty nice results. But then there's always something like the texture that you have to enhance from the first pass. For example, sometimes the skin is too shiny, or sometimes it even goes worse. It looks like plastic texture. So you can try other sampling methods in the K-sampler to break down those textures. I tried the eR-SDE sampler method. which comes from the demo workflow of Krea 2. I also tried Restart Multisteps and the Euler sampling method, the most common sampling method for DMD distillation models. The texture in here, as you can see, just by 8 steps, 1 pass, very simple workflow with no enhancer, it can create pretty nice curtain or cotton textures, but the hands still got a little bit over shiny for the overall texture. Although, it is able to create some wrinkles on the old woman's hands, making it look more like what the text prompt describes. So you can try different sampling methods. The most stable ones are the 3 I just tried. For schedulers, using simple, normal, or beta will help create different effects as well. So just by then, these examples are using eR-SDE with the simple scheduler. So instead of a close-up shot of wrinkled hands, I see a lot of people using influencer-style images where it's able to create hands and human anatomy very well compared with other image generation models like Flux, which sometimes has problems with characters' hands. But in Krea 2, it's trained focusing on the aesthetic of realism-style image generation. But still, you just have one sampling pass like this. It's good for demo purposes or testing image generation. There's still a lot of detail you can enhance on the face and fingers, adding more texture to look like real human skin. Now talking about other image styles, like 2D animation or cartoon styles. In this text prompt, I'm using a cat as the main subject. Cartoon 2D styles. No problem at all with this image model. You can see it here. But of course, you'll need a specific LoRA for styles to get way better results, because right now this is just a basic text-to-image generation. And some 3D styles like this one, very close to one of the Disney characters, but it's not actually that one. As you can see, those textures and details go really well, especially the fur. I was surprised that one sampling pass creating a 2K image was able to produce a pretty decent image. Actually, this image generation model is pretty nice for 3D render or Pixar-style graphics. The 2K resolution, the aesthetic and colorations, it creates pretty well from it. And of course, other image styles like anime or manga. For example, this text prompt here, randomly created using a specific anime style. It's able to create graphics simulating Japanese anime-style images. Then using other text prompts, I tried it with different styles as well, producing something similar where you can create kind of a 3D Final Fantasy-style graphic. Looks pretty fun to play with. Diversified image generation models where you can create different image styles. And the objects ratio, especially for human anatomies, they've trained these AI models pretty well. In my testing, I created a lot of pretty nice images where I knew by just using the first pass how it would look, and what we need if we apply a second pass or multiple sampling groups. So I created a 2-pass sampling workflow, using the first one as we just saw, then another second pass to scale that up to 1.5 times, which now is going to be 4K resolution. And as you can see, I'm not using any image upscaler. I disconnected the RTX Video Super Resolution. I found you don't need it for this image model because we have enough good aesthetic from the base image generated in the first sampling. The second sampling just adds a little more enhancement, so we just don't need the upscaler. Let's say I'm going to use this text prompt, generating influencer-style food flocking image styles, because I found this image generation model does pretty well for photorealism characters, cars, and automotive as well. So I'm going to put the same text prompt here. Because we're using different seed numbers, of course we'll create different images. And you'll see what happened. The second sampling pass is good enough that I don't even need an image upscaler here. Back to the preview, I like to use it this way. Text prompts above, image comparison on the bottom, easier to test a batch of images. So here we got image A from the first sampling and image B. As you can see, not much change because I put very low sampling steps. But the purpose of the second sampler is adding a little more detail on the skins, especially. Asian characters mostly have smoother skin, no face marks, but you're still able to get some skin texture enhanced. So if you put it a little bit higher, let's say denoise at 0.15, I think it's good enough for the second pass. And then back to here, we're seeing more difference, especially in the close-up shot face. You see more texture on the skin, eyebrows, some wrinkles underneath. And the hand, some more skin texture as well, giving you additional detail on even every little thing. Like this fishball or meatball, you got a little bit more detail, but not too much oversaturated or broken objects. So there you go. We have another style to play around with, especially if you pay attention to close-up shot examples. I have a lifestyle selfie image like this, so you'll see more obvious when you have a second pass for the skin texture. A lot more different varieties of texture on the face. And then those textures on the clothing as well as other items, such as this camera here. You'll see those textures created for you after the second pass. And something I like about these AI models, even previously, Krea had Flux fine-tuned models before. It's focusing well on the aesthetic of characters, close-up shots. Especially something like this I generated while testing, close-up shot of the eyes. This one is so detailed, reflections, how the eyes can see the street of Japan, some similar styles like that in the night of the city. As well as something very natural, aesthetic of workers sealing steel, some sparkle captured in the air, basically like a real image you're seeing here. And one of the cool things, it's able to create pretty nice car images. Something like a vintage style car where you have paint oil on the car bodies with reflections. And those reflections are not random. You see the windows on top, and those reflections from the car are trying to tell you that those are coming from the lighting directions as well. And some e-commerce fashion images. This is the first image I tried with those e-commerce fashion styles, then getting another one like this. Also, nature-specific images. This model is creating pretty well, especially like water drops on a spider net. This one had too much water drops on the net, and then I tried to fine-tune the text prompts, and now it becomes something like this. This AI model tends to pay attention to reflections, especially on eyeball reflections and water drops where you see the reflections of what's behind the camera. It's able to do pretty detailed stuff. And there are a few more images I tried. For example, like this one, a lady drinking coffee in this environment. I'm actually using that two-pass sampling workflow, and it creates pretty detailed face and hands. The cups, those eyes, some marks, and the texture on the fingers. And some more. Testing if this is good for fashion photorealism, like influencer doing selfie styles. One of the cool things in this image is a pretty realistic iPhone that's actually being held. It's kind of funny. And some travel flocking images, like influencers going around traveling different places. In this case, going to the night market. Another travel image like this. This image generation model does pretty well with this kind of aesthetic realism images. Now, talking about the licensing and what you can use out of it, the Krea 2 models, RAW and Turbo, are free to use unless your revenue or business revenue is up to $1 million annually. Then you've got to pay for fees. Similar terms like Flux. More terms in here. I'll link it up so you can read the details, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.